So Dr. Mansi, while growing up, like I'm a 90s kid, I used to get a lot of facials done, and we've used a lot of exfoliators, which had like walnuts and all of those things in it. Would you like to shed some light on what an exfoliator is?
So an exfoliator is basically an agent that you use for exfoliation. And what is exfoliation is, it is the removal of the dead skin cells from the outer layers of your skin. And the what it does, the pros of exfoliation you could say, is that it will reduce chances of breakouts, it will reduce pigmentation, it will give you a better skin texture as well, and it also helps reduce superficial signs of aging. But a lot of people go overboard with exfoliation, and if you have undergone over exfoliation, you will start seeing red, flaky, irritated skin, an impaired skin barrier, and you may even see more breakouts.
More breakouts? Is that really true?
Yeah, which is why it's so important to do exfoliation correctly.
Oh my god. Thank you so much for letting me and all of our viewers know that you need to do exfoliation also very safely, guys. Next thing that I would like to ask is, because right now beauty industry is advancing, so there is this thing which is called chemical exfoliator.
Yeah.
So what are the different types of exfoliator in the market?
So the main two types of exfoliators are your chemical exfoliators and your physical exfoliators. Okay, so your physical exfoliators are the ones that we've grown up with, right? Your scrubs, your walnut, apricot, sugar scrubs, washcloths if you use those. If you have a brush to help you with cleansing, the sonic cleansing brushes, then there's that. Even dermaplaning in a way is physical exfoliation. So these are your physical exfoliants. Now the thing with them is they can be not as uniform as a chemical exfoliator, because sometimes we may scrub a little bit hard on some areas, sometimes we're not as gentle. So because of that, they're not very uniform. Another thing with them is, the results, even though they're immediate, they're not long lasting results. Okay, and if you have active acne, you cannot use these. If you have very sensitive skin, again, use with a lot of caution. A lot of people try to scrub away their acne by using scrubs. That doesn't work.
That's
because
what I did with my pigmentation.
Yeah, and you will worsen it. Even with pigmentation, you can worsen it. So physical exfoliants don't really help so much with pigmentation or with acne, but they help with texture. Use with caution, because you can over exfoliate easily with them. Whereas your chemical exfoliants are your AHA, alpha hydroxy acids, BHA, beta hydroxy acids, polyhydroxy acid, PHA, and lipohydroxy acid, LHA. So the most common ones are AHA, BHA. So AHAs, you will have glycolic acid, lactic acid, mandelic acid. BHA, most popular is salicylic acid. They are used for different things, but in general, AHAs are for pigmentation, BHAs are for acne prone skin. The thing with chemical exfoliation is that it's a lot more uniform, because you're applying just one layer of it. It's a lot more uniform. The results are not immediate, but they're definitely longer lasting. And especially when you have acne, BHA will really help you control further breakouts. If you have pigmentation, AHA will again help you, because it will dissolve the upper layers of the skin as well. And the most basic difference is the chemical exfoliation will actually dissolve the bonds between the skin cells, the upper layers skin cells, and that's how you will exfoliate. Whereas your physical exfoliants will manually scrub away the upper layers.
So Dr. Mansi, say for example, I'm a first time chemical exfoliator user. What do you recommend I should do? Can I pick up any chemical exfoliator right from the counters, or would you recommend I should consult a dermatologist?
So again, it will depend on the skin concern that you have. If you have pigmentation, then you would go in for an AHA exfoliant. If you have acne, you would go in for a BHA based exfoliant. If you have very, very sensitive skin, definitely go in for a PHA or an LHA. Okay. The best thing, of course, would be to visit a dermatologist who can explain all of this to you and do in-clinic peels possibly, which are higher concentration. The one that you get from the drugstore are very, very less concentration. For example, the BHA that you get outside normally is 2%, whereas the ones that we use in our clinic is 20 to 30%. So the effects are also different because of that. Now, how would you begin a chemical exfoliant? Would be, you start off very, very gradually, start off once in 2 weeks, then eventually once in a week, and then a maximum of twice a week, not more than that. Read the instructions to see if it's a leave-on exfoliant, if it's like a toner which is a leave-on, or if it's like a peel which you have to wash off in 5 to 10 minutes depending on the instructions written. Other than that, make sure that you moisturize that night, don't apply any other actives that night, and always make sure you're applying sunscreen the next day.